a successful electrical contractor. But you plus a dedicated team supporting your project from day one? That's taking your productivity to the next level. And Graybar can help you get there. Your relationships plus our relationships. Your capabilities plus our job site services. Your challenges plus our technical specialists. You alone can get the job done. But you plus Graybar, that's smart business. Yep, Graybar does that.
This is the Verizon Extra Innings Show. Verizon, the most reliable 5G in St. Louis.
Here's Weaver's one strike pitch, a swing and a fly ball center field. Grisham shading his eyes, waits for it. He makes the catch, and this ball game has come to an end. The Yankees swept the Cardinals this weekend, winning today 8-4.
Welcome into the Extra Innings Show. I'm Joe Pott from Busch Stadium. The Extra Innings Show is presented by Graybar. Graybar, your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Well, another tough one here at Busch Stadium, and another one that ends, I don't know if heartbreaking is the right word. It feels that way. It's kind of like that the way that Colorado series ended, that you're in line, in position to have a better day than you had. And then the ninth inning comes along, and things just went the wrong direction for the Redbirds. It started with an error from Thomas Saggese, just couldn't field the ball cleanly, fielded it cleanly, couldn't throw the ball cleanly to first. That gets your first runner on. It was another error later in the inning. The Yankees end up scoring 4 unearned runs with just a single hit there in the ninth inning. And that's the way they fall, 8-4. You're up at one point in this game, 4-3, after Joel Pozo hits the home run in the 6th inning. Felt like it was at least going in the right direction. And then, as I said, comes to that ninth inning. We take a look at some comments here in just a second. Don't forget, you can get us on the phone as well, 314-436-7900 if you want to get in the old-fashioned way, the traditional way. Otherwise, get us on the socials at YouTube, at Facebook, at X, and we can see all those comments. Start with Jeremy. Jeremy says he's lost for words, and that is pretty much, I think that sums it up pretty well. Just felt like that kind of day, right? It didn't feel, nothing about this series felt great. I think the pace of all 3 games was kind of slow. Funny, I actually chatted with, real quickly, one of the clubhouse reporters for Yes Network, and he said, I think they turned the pitch clock off here in St. Louis. That's what it felt like, because it did kind of feel like just some odd paces of games, if that makes sense. It was really drawn out, really slow. But Jeremy, lost for words. I get it. Sam says the ninth inning probably would have gone differently if Saggese makes that play. I think there's no question about it. And maybe they still find a way to get a run, right? But it doesn't snowball on you. It probably doesn't get to 4 runs. And then you're talking about, if you go into the bottom of the ninth down a run, that's a different story than when you go into the bottom of the ninth down 4 runs. So yeah, things like that certainly make a difference. If you think about it, you make that play to start that ninth inning. The pass ball doesn't even matter. The pass ball that was thrown during Grisham's at bat, but instead it puts Caballero at third base. And so now you're looking at a runner at third with nobody out. The pressure's mounting, right? If you're Jojo Romero, if you're the Cardinals defense, anybody, it's just, it had a bad feeling to it, the way it started. And that's the way it ended up. And that's what happens when you have a ball club that is struggling to find its way. And we know that that's the case with the Cardinals. They still have not just really gained much traction. And as I've said over and over and over, it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back, that kind of thing. You're also dealing with a ball club that's extremely short on the bench. You had to make a move today just because you lost another position player last night in Victor Scott II. He goes on the injured list. That's why Nathan Church is up here. But you're already without Brendan Donovan, already without Wilson Contreras. Neither of them played in this series. So those things hurt you because you are short on the bench just with everything that you are doing. You get an okay start from Miles Michaelis. That's kind of how he described it as well today. 5 innings, 3 runs for Miles Michaelis. He certainly wasn't sharp by any means, but he pitched the first 3+ innings without giving up a hit. He had given up a walk in each of those innings, and he ends up giving up 5 walks in 5 innings. So for the most part, everything is kind of okay, right? Until you get to that 9th inning. and then things certainly just, as I said, go the wrong way. Terry Moore says, growing pains, better days ahead. Look to the future. I certainly appreciate the optimism and the positivity, Terry, for this Cardinals team. Chad says, another poor performance. Any chance there's a managerial change at the end of the season with Bloom taking over? So, Chad, I've addressed this before, but I think that certainly there is a chance that there is a managerial change when Chaim Bloom takes over. I don't know. I could not put odds on that because all I've heard is that Oliver Marmol and Chaim Bloom have a good working relationship. Now, that's not to say that what's Ollie going to say, that he doesn't get along with his incoming boss? No, you're not going to say that. But I think any time that you have a change at the top, so you have a change in this case at the president of baseball operations position, you are asking Chaim Bloom to come in here and to make this his team and to overhaul what the philosophy is and the direction that this team is going, then absolutely there's a chance that there is a managerial change. That and Oliver Marmol is going into his final year on the contract. So I think that the chances are really good that we'll also know that very quickly in the offseason. They're either going to extend him or they're going to be looking for a new manager. I think that will happen quickly. We do have a caller. Let's go to the phone. Don is first up on the Extra Innings Show. Don, you're on KMOX.
How you doing, Joe?
Good, Don.
Yeah, here's my thoughts on this thing. So JC, he needs to go. He's not the player that they think he is. And basically, I would like to see either Pujols or Molina as a new manager. I just don't think Marmol's cut out for this job for this team. And then in fairness to him, he doesn't have the pieces to work with either. So this is on DeWitt and the ownership and Mozeliak. But this team needs to be shaken up. There's only 4 untouchables, Joe. The center fielder, Scott, Donovan, Burleson, and Wynn. That's the only 4 I would keep on this team. The rest of them, they can go. That includes Walker and Newtbar and Gorman. They all can go, Joe. And I want to stay on the line and hear your comments. I appreciate it, Joe.
Yeah, you got it, Don. Couple things that I'll say. In the first part, talking about Oliver Marmol and that he's not cut out for it, but yet you admit that he doesn't quite have the pieces. I would actually just kind of challenge that he has done a decent job with a roster that's not quite up to snuff, I would say, this year. We've said it over and over. This is a team that lacks the superstar. This is a team that has a lot of good baseball players, but probably not great baseball players. And then to your second point, I would go even farther, and I don't think there's an untouchable really on this major league roster as it's put together right now. I think that if you are able to, if you like the return, and you being Chaim Bloom in this organization, if you like the return you're going to get coming back for somebody, and I don't care if it's Mason Wynn or Alec Burleson, I just think that you're at the point now that you've got to take those opportunities if they're coming your way. I don't know what that, I'm not saying I know what that is. I don't know what that offer necessarily is, but if you get an offer that you like, that is going to continue to build this team from the inside out, right, from the ground up, then I think you take that. And I think that's what happens in the offseason. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some of those moves as Chaim Bloom makes this his own team once we get into the end of, November and going forward when we get into the offseason. Don, I appreciate the call. As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you, Joe.
You got it. Chad, appreciate you being a part of it as well. He gives us a shout out, a thank you, and we certainly appreciate that. Appreciate all the comments we get, all the calls that we get as well. I know that this has been a frustrating season, and there's games that are more frustrating than others. And I think earlier this week, obviously the tough one against Colorado to finish off that series, you're that close to a series win. You don't get it today. You're right there at least to finish off the homestand and finish off the series in a better fashion. You don't get it. So I think a lot of that adds up, kind of builds up and builds that frustration. Let's take a break here. We'll come back. We'll continue if we've got some more calls or some comments, and we'll talk about more of this one. A tough one of the ballpark today, 8-4 rather. See, I was going back to last night. 8-4 is the final as the Yankees win it. They sweep the series. We're coming back on the Extra Innings Show after this on KMOX.
At BOS, we help you bank boldly because sometimes life throws bold moments at you. Like noticing someone used your debit card to buy 100 party store gift cards? That's a lot of party supplies. Don't worry though, BOS has your back when there's suspicious activity on your account. And we work fast to address any fraudulent charges. Are you ready for a better banking experience? Then make the bold move and switch to BOS today. Visit bankwithbos.com. Member FDIC.
There's a big red barn where you save green. Norm's Bargain Barn. Discount windows, doors, and things. Norm's Bargain Barn.
Hi, I'm Norm Wilkie. Come see my new selection of Amish cabinetry made by my good Amish friends at Countrywood Products. We now stock 5 styles of cabinetry for you to choose from.
When you need to save on discount windows, doors, and cabinetry, come to Norm's Bargain Barn. With locations in Shiloh and Fenton at the bottom of Gravois Bluffs. Visit normsbargainbarn.com.
That's normsbargainbarn.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Coonahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. 1 discount per household.
Hey guys, Clever here with my friend Mark Cantor at Cantor Injury Law. So as you know, I'm a lawyer, so I take this very seriously. Mark is a great attorney. He has a great team. He is from St. Louis. He is local. Call 314-628-9999 or visit cantorinjurylaw.com.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be solely based on advertisements.
Hey, facility managers. At Graybar, we're not just one of the largest distributors of electrical and datacom parts in North America. We're your connection to help make your buildings smarter. We work with best-in-class manufacturers to supply products for wireless, security, renewable energy, lighting, and critical power solutions. And we have a network of integrators nationwide that can help make it work all together. So, the next time you're thinking about making your building smarter, think Graybar, and we'll help you get connected. Visit graybar.com/connected buildings to learn more.
Now, back to the Verizon Extra Innings Show.
Here's the next one. Bozo swings, and he drives that one. Deep left center field, way back, and it's a gunner for Bozo. 4-3 Cardinals in the bottom of the 6th. Joel's 5th home run of the year puts the Cardinals in front against the Yankees.
Bright spot there for this game. Joel Pozo with the home run, and as you heard, it did put the Cardinals in front there for a bit. We're back in on the Extra Innings Show. Extra Innings Show is presented by Graybar. Graybar is your distributor for electrical and datacom needs. Joe Pott with you from Busch Stadium for just a few more minutes. Thanks to all of our commenters. Again, pretty positive group today, so I appreciate that. Just to get to Jeremy, who had commented there, Oliver Marmol in his postgame cited a lot of the roster shortage, cited a lot of, enjoyed or appreciated the way the team went about things, but didn't quite obviously didn't come up with a win. And that's the long and short of it. Chad had a similar comment as well. Verlis gets in on it, said he would agree with trade any player for the right haul, tear this team down to the studs. So, yeah, I think that if you like what you have coming back, if you're getting something that I'm not seeing anybody here that I think that you would say is untouchable. Are there guys that I would miss? And I think guys that you'd miss here in St. Louis, of course there is. But at this point, you're talking about a team that now for 3 straight years has just not achieved to where I think fans expect it to and where we want it to, obviously. Obviously, now that is affecting the crowds. And so nothing going really in the right direction with the way things are. But that is why, again, why things are changing. I need to let you know what's on deck is brought to you by Chesterfield Fence and Deck. The sign you have the very best at chesterfieldfence.com. 5:40 Central Time, the games for the next 3 days as the Cards are in Miami for a 3-game series with the Marlins. That means 4:45 with the pregame show all 3 days, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Matthew Liberatore tomorrow, and then you're against Yuri Perez. So lefty versus righty tomorrow. I'll be with you on Tuesday and Wednesday this coming week for pre- and post-game duties as the series continues with the Miami Marlins. And then the Cards go to Tampa for a series with the Tampa Bay Rays on, again, this will be strange. It's going to be Thursday, Friday, and Sunday, not Saturday. The Buccaneers have a preseason game, and it's the same complex as the stadium there where Tampa is playing its games this year. So they have taken Saturday, moved it to Thursday, and you've got a Thursday, Friday, Sunday series against Tampa this week. So a little bit of a different schedule. Again, big thanks to everybody for texting in, for commenting, for giving us a call, whichever you did and however you got in. I always appreciate the interaction after games and the chance to talk about this team. And, I think, again, just to kind of sum it up, but it's there's going to be a lot of change. There is going to be a lot of change. I don't know all what that entails. We're all going to find out all that entails as we get into the end of the season and into the offseason, but there's certainly going to be some change with the Redbirds. My thanks to John Rooney, to Rick Horton, to Mike Claiborne, to Jim Jackson, to Kyle Sixta. Big thanks to Johnny Kemp. He's right there. He's the little box on the screen. He's been with us all afternoon as he keeps me in line, keeps us on time, and keeps things moving along here very nicely. And he is the one who's cutting up all those highlights you hear as well. So he's the workhorse, certainly, of that. We'll talk to you later this week as the Cards take on the Marlins in Miami. I'm Joe Pott. Thanks again for all the interaction today. Keep it right here on KMOX.
This is Tom Ackerman. Like an MVP candidate, Chesterfield Fence and Deck, one of St. Louis's top names in home improvement, with a commitment to put quality and professionalism first in everything that they do. The best and longest